In Las Vegas at the 2022 NAB Show, Brandon Costa from Sports Video Group, SVG, is thrilled to be back at the big trade show out here in the desert. We are very happy to be joined by a good friend of SVG from NEP Group, Glen Levine. Glen, it's so great to see you, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's nice to see you. Glad to be here also.
Yeah, obviously a huge show. Wonderful to be back after 3 years at this show. Let's talk about centralized production first. Obviously, you guys have been an aggressive leader in the world of centralized production, but also still a very big builder of the biggest mobile truck units in the country. So when you talk about marrying centralized production with mobile units, how are you guys kind of approaching that entire ecosystem?
Wow, well, let's take that in two phases. Sure. So when I look at centralized production, I mean, we've been doing centralized production for years. We have probably 19 PCRs around the globe. You know, the goal now is to tie all this together. So recently we launched PCRs in the US. So we have New York, Los Angeles. We acquired Vista about a year ago, who's doing centralized production. So now our goal is to tie it all together. As it relates to mobile units, I think people think they're just going to go away. But think about it, everything is still on site. So the mobile units they're going to come in all shapes and sizes. We're still building NFL 4 trailers to do big games. We're building small trucks that will essentially be able to do REMI shows. But the key to the centralized network is, at some point, I'd like to be able to pull into every venue, plug into the NEP network, and ramp up or ramp down resources. So on a large NFL game, if you need an extra EVS, you pick it up from our data center. And for a REMI show, maybe you're pushing all the cameras back to a broadcast center. So the trucks are not going away.
Right. No, that's very good to hear. One of the things you guys are really showcasing here at the show is TFC, the new platform controller you guys are offering. Take us into the details of that. What's new there?
TFC is awesome. I mean, it's basically it was designed to solve a problem. I mean, in the IP world, trying to get monitoring capabilities, managing bandwidth, and just from an engineering standpoint, being able to manage all these switches in the IP domain. So we had to solve a problem. So we have an internal team that's developed and designed. It's continuing to grow, and it's essentially going to be the cornerstone of our platform. So it will allow you to control routing systems within the mobile units. It'll control bandwidth. It'll control the network. So we're excited about it. We are implementing it in all of our new OBs or trucks in the US and around the world.
All right, and as it pertains to those OB trucks and vans around the world, what do you guys got new? Any new trucks that we should be excited to check out?
There's always new trucks. You know, it's great. People think the trucks are going away, but we've been building trucks for probably over the course of the last 4 years. We've probably released 4 or 5 new IP trucks with this new technology. Not all of them have TSC, but we're starting to now go back and put TFC in there. So Super Shooter 4, Super Shooter 5, Super Shooter 9, Super Shooter 8 have all been out in the last couple years. This year we launched SRT 3, which is a shared resource truck that has TFC, and it's actually been a great joint venture between ourselves and BSI. So it's basically got all the RF in there. So we're doing 40 in-car cameras for NASCAR, and it's TFC controlled. It'll tie to our network. Super Shooter 6 will launch actually probably at the end of the week, which is a new IP truck in the same platform. And we've done a number of upgrades that are actually getting us ready for 1080p HDR. So a lot of our other baseband trucks we've upgraded this year. So yeah, projects never stop at NEP.
Wonderful to hear that the trucks are still coming out. All right, Glen, well, before we let you go, I just want to give you an opportunity. Tell us about the people that you work with. I mean, obviously, we're talking a lot about technology, and we get lost in the technology in this show, but the people that make NEP hum, I mean, the people that you get to work with.
I work with a great group of people. I mean, I credit all this to the people behind the scenes. You know, just to take a moment, I mean, my team in the U.S., the Broadcast Services Division, they're a great group. They're dedicated. Getting through the last 2 years has been extremely challenged, and I want to just thank them all. So everybody's been awesome, and it's greatly appreciated.
All right, Glen, thanks so much for taking the time. We know this is a busy week. Always great to see you, and keep up the great work with everything at NEP.
Thanks. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, for more from everything from NEP and all the other companies that are exhibiting here at the 2022 NAB Show, head on over to our site. We've got our Sports Tech at NAB Show blog at sportsvideo.org.